For my informative speech, I chose the topic of discussing why I chose welding as my career path. The specific purpose of my speech is to inform my audience why I want to become a welder and, more specifically, work with my hands. And my thesis is I chose welding as my career to pursue a better understanding of what the hands God blessed me with are capable of. Now, I chose my career in welding to uncover the full potential of how God designed me. Humans, being in ownership of arguably the most versatile appendages in creation, often let this blessing go underutilized throughout their lives. Anyone who works in the field of metalworks, and for that matter any sort of crafting, is practicing the purest form of what God's gift is designed for. As said in Psalm 90, verse 17, "Let the favor of our God be upon us, and establish the work of our hands upon us." Now, from this verse, we can gather two things. The first being that we can marvel at the complexity of our design, and in turn our hands' designs, because we are modeled after the image of God. And the second we can realize is that because of our design, we can produce complex works that exemplify the quality of our godlike figure. Now, for my persuasive speech, I decided to talk about the mass production food industry in America. The specific purpose of it is to encourage consumers to become more aware of the common practices elicited by mass production food industries in America. And the thesis is, because of how accessible unhealthy food is compared to more healthy food, many Americans are unaware of the full consequences of consuming such products. For the persuasive speech, I chose the topic of how Americans should be more diligent when it comes to being a consumer in the mass production food industry. Now, the mass production food industry relies on the lowest common denominator, the lower class, as its target consumer demographic. However, if consumers of all classes practice more diligence, then they will find that there are healthier alternatives available for them for roughly the same price. While they are not as accessible and easy to prepare, the process of pursuing healthier alternatives will lead to more diligence in other aspects of life. Now, certainly, this industry does not sell its products maliciously, and it reserves its right to sell its products. However, as Ecclesiastes 3, verses 1 and 2 state, there is a time and place for everything, including the food we consume. I think it is important to realize that in everything we do, every aspect of life, be it choosing an apple over a donut, or welding together a sturdy school bus, these actions can be used to exemplify the glory of God's design and his handiwork in our lives.